1/4 cup breadcrumbs, 1 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon pepper, 1/2 cup freshly chopped parsley, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 large can stewed tomatoes, 1/2 cup chopped fresh basil, 1/4 cup chopped fresh oregano, 1/2 cup red wine, 1 bay leaf, 2 cups of dry bow tie pasta, and 4 cups of water. Wake me up when it's over.
I know.
Did you pass out for a while there?
Do I have a bump?
Yeah, you do have a little bump.
A little one. Is it growing big?
Yeah, it's a little big. Maybe you want to have a lie down.
No, I'm going to check it out.
I'll just go on without you. You'll be fine?
I will be fine.
Okay.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to marinate my vegetables and put them in the fridge. And this is very simple and very quick.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Are you going to cook them first?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I've
Fine.
cleaned
It's up
them.
to you.
And what we're going to do is just put them in the bowl.
Alrighty.
We're using the juice of 3 lemons and some olive oil and some fresh parsley, a little bit of salt and pepper, and in they go.
Oh, boy.
Look at that.
You're talking very well for a man who's got an injury, aren't you?
It's growing by the minute, that injury.
It only enhances your youthful appearance.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to make my meatballs first, Ken, and because my sauce is so quick and easy, I'm going to make my sauce second.
Okay.
Do you support me with that?
I support you with any of that.
Okay, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Now, one of the things that in the marinated vegetables, the lemon does, is it helps to retain the color of the mushrooms.
Exactly. And I mean, you can, if you do have the time, this is a bit of a, an added tip. You can cook these mushrooms beforehand.
You can.
Yes,
Just blanch them, though.
You can blanch them, and you can put a little vinegar in the water and some chili peppers to give them flavor.
Right.
And then they'll be soft, and then they'll last longer in the marinated. They're cooked first.
I love marinated mushrooms as a accompaniment vegetable, with a full-course meal.
Accoutrement?
Accoutrement. Is that the word?
It's close enough, isn't it?
It's close enough. There we go. I've got all the lemon in.
Okay.
And I've got the parsley I'm going to chop.
Alrighty.
Adding in the olive oil.
It smells wonderful.
Doesn't it smell nice and fresh?
You're a bit of a vision in blue today, aren't you?
A little bit of salt. You think so?
I think you look wonderful today.
You look like one of the gold diggers.
Do you think?
Yeah,
no,
they,
you're not gold diggers. You said from Goldeneye, from James Bond.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Gold digger.
From James Bond.
What's a gold digger?
Well, they used to be these dancers.
Right.
Oh, that was before your time,
A bit before my time.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to get right onto my meatballs. I've got half my onion here and a couple of cloves of garlic, and I'm going to put in my meat, so to speak, and my egg, and I've got my paprika and my salt and my pepper and my breadcrumbs. Going to get on those balls. Meatballs. Okay.
There we
A
go.
little salt, a little pepper,
Look at this,
S&P.
Mary Jo.
Okay, and they're beautiful.
They
Do you
are.
want to throw any dried herbs on that?
You know what? I think I'm going to put a little bit of dried basil.
And how about some chili peppers or some chili powder?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Is that
we
a
have
good suggestion?
Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
Why don't you do that?
Okay.
Okay.
Here's a little bit of salt and pepper first.
Now, Ken and I are both using stewed tomatoes today in our recipe. And a very good tip when
can
you're...
I give it?
Go ahead.
A very good tip
Go ahead.
is to check the salt content or sodium content on the can.
Because?
Because you don't want a lot of sodium. Some cans do contain a lot of sodium.
Right, and you don't want that.
No.
Not if you're on a sodium-restricted diet.
Right.
No, of course you wouldn't.
And you don't need a lot of salt in your diet on a daily basis anyways.
No, you don't. Do you?
Because salt used to be used as what?
I know what salt used to be used as.
Yes, okay, tell the viewers.
To keep meat.
Yes,
Did you
that's
know
right.
that?
Yeah.
You know that whole story about the daughter that said to the father,
Uh-huh.
can't remember the story, but anyway, it had to do with salt, and she said, I want salt because hundreds and hundreds of years ago, that was the most precious commodity because you kept your meat fresh. You're right.
That's right, and they used to take it on, fishing trips or something, they salt their meat,
Those big
when they
fishing
cross the
expeditions.
ocean.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. The
Christopher
Columbus
Columbus,
thing. Yeah.
Okay, I've added in some freshly, no, it's not fresh, it's dried basil, and a little bit of chili powder that Mary Jo suggested.
I did request that, didn't
Yes.
I?
And I'm going to mix it around.
Yes. Now, if you didn't have red wine for your sauce, what you could do is you could replace that red wine with some red vinegar. Would be a very nice replacement, don't you think?
For your sauce.
Yes, for
That's
my
right.
sauce.
We have to always distinguish what is this here and what's that over there because we don't want to confuse the viewers.
No, and we've got so much stuff happening here right now. It's a bit frightening.
Yeah.
Okay. Be careful. You could lose an eye.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
So they're going to go in the fridge and refrigerate for at least 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
Are you going to wrap them or no?
No.
In they go.
In they go.
Okay. I'm going to get on my meatballs and just roll these up to about roughly the same size. And actually, I'm going to let these chill for a few minutes before I start to cook them because they keep their shape and firmness. Because we want nice firm meatballs with our dish tonight, don't we?
We do.
Yes.
And I'm going to put this stuff away
Put a
so it
lid
doesn't
on
get
it.
in our road.
Are you going to start your soup?
I am.
The shear?
Yeah, I am. I'm getting a pot.
Could we get on that?
Okay, there we go.
Ken?
Yes,
Okay.
burner for me.
That was my burner. But you
Burner.
know what?
Burner for
you
me.
take it today.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She's being very generous
Very
with the
nice.
burners.
Well, you're injured.
I am injured.
So I'm just
There we
being
go.
generous today. Stock
In
first.
goes the soup stock.
Okay.
Now, if you wanted to, you could saute your garlic and your onions, but we're not going to do that today.
Why not?
Just
Because.
because. And also, it reduces the fat content.
Yes.
So I put in the soup stock. When this starts to boil, I'll reduce the heat and add the pureed tomatoes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you know.
Interesting. Hey,
Oh.
one more point about the soup
No
stock.
talking stock. We're very clear on this.
I made the soup stock here.
When? Today.
other day.
Yeah,
No,
I
the
know
other
you
day.
did. You're
Yeah.
very good at
Yeah.
stocks.
I'm
You've
very
got a bit
good.
of a knack with stocks, don't
Okay.
you?
I have to clean up my mess.
You're going to clean up now. Goodness gracious, I had something to say, but it's completely gone,
Gone.
now. What do you think it
Gone.
was?
Oh,
yeah.
trivia question? No.
No, okay, I'm getting to that, but you were talking about something over there that was kind of, oh, I know. He said that you could put your stock in and you're saving on fat, and that is true, but you can saute your vegetables in stock.
Yes.
You can
yeah.
to extract the flavor. You
I
can,
do a lot of stir fries that way.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
make that decision.
Yeah.
So,
It's on your own.
it's up to you.
We trust you at home.
Totally. It's here that we're worried about, that we get a bit concerned about.
Look, there we go.
Yeah, you're cleaning up beautifully.
There.
I'm almost done with this, and then I can start on my sauce. And I
Got-
think I might help you a bit with some of the things you're doing. Because
Yes.
we're a good team, aren't we?
The minestrone soup that we're doing today is a good soup. It's an Italian soup that you can use all your leftover vegetables in the fridge. So it's a perfect Monday soup.
Yeah, minestrone just means an Italian soup using rice, vegetables, whatever you got. Ken,
Yeah.
got a trivia question
no.
for you. Who
I'm gonna get this one.
Who said,
Yeah.
never eat more than you can lift?
Never eat more than you can
And
lift.
it's a tip, it's not Killer Bees and it's not Elvis.
Okay.
Okay.
After the commercial, I'm going to get this one right.
Is there money on this one?
There's money on
We'll
this
talk
one.
during the break. See you in a minute on what's for dinner. Hello, and welcome back to What's for Dinner. I'm just going to repeat my trivia question for my lovely co-host to see if he wins that dishwasher.
Oh.
Do you want to bet on this one?
Okay.
I'm going to repeat it for you. Who said never eat more than you can lift?
Okay.
I told you it's not Elvis.
No, it's not Roseanne Barr.
No.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Who?
Is that how you pronounce his name?
No.
Schwarzenegger.
Take another guess.
Arnie.
No. Have another guess. Don't want another guess?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Miss Piggy.
Oh,
Miss
and I'm
Piggy.
one of her biggest fans.
I know.
I watch her show all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah. She's going to be a guest on ours.
Is she?
Yeah.
Actually, Ken, I'm going to start on my balls now, my meatballs. Got my burner on. I'm going to march over to the fridge. I let them
Okay.
chill for a while.
I've added in my onion, my garlic, and I'm going to add in the cauliflower and the leeks now.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, there's leeks in your minestrone?
There is,
Oh, that's
yes.
kind of a neat twist.
I looked in the fridge, and I'm using what I had in the fridge.
And you
Yeah.
washed them very thoroughly.
I
Because with
did.
leeks, you want to cut them and you want to get
I
that
did.
dirt in between the crevices because you don't want dirt in your soup.
That's right.
Do you?
No.
No, don't. Didn't
With
think
this
so.
Italian soup, you can, if you want, you can add rice or pasta or anything like that, leftover pasta that you have in the fridge. But today we're not because we have a lot of vegetables and it's going to be a very hearty soup on its own.
Well, plus we're having pasta as well, so
That's right.
that would be redundant a little bit. So we're going to have the pasta on its own. Now, when you're serving pasta, here's a bit of a tip. Settle down, okay?
I'm sorry.
The heavier sauces stick better to little pastas like this that have little crevices and stuff. So the bow ties,
Little
and
pastas.
little pastas, and the rotinis, fusillis, things like that. The sauce sticks better. That was a bit of a tip. Did you like that one?
I like that one.
Yeah. And you know what else I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to brown my meatballs in the pan, then I'm going to remove my meatballs, and I'm going to do my sauce in the same pan to pick up the flavors from the meatballs. Do you support that?
I do.
Good.
I certainly do.
Okay. Oh, my water's boiling for my pasta. In front. There we go.
There. In go the carrots.
Okay.
And as herbs, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a combination of fresh and dried herbs today.
Good idea.
I'm just going to
Using what you have.
use what I have.
That's a good
because
idea.
The reason I called this a very good Monday soup is because you buy all these vegetables on the weekend. You have a dinner party on Saturday night.
Then you got leftover.
You have leftover vegetables on Monday, and you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs thinking,
What am I going to do with my spare
with
time?
What am I going to do with my
You
vegetables?
go to your fridge, you see what you have.
Yeah,
You
in
use
your
them.
herbs.
Yeah, exactly. Now,
So,
thank you,
Minestrone
Ken.
soup definitely requires some
Basil.
basil that I'm going to chop up. I have some fresh, and I'm going to do it.
Okay, that sounds good. I actually have a bit of a tip about drying herbs. Do you want to hear?
Yes, please.
You can take your herbs and put them between 2 pieces of paper towel and put them in your microwave for 1 to 2 minutes, and the herbs will dry out, and then you put them in a container and put a lid on quickly so no air gets in them, and then you'll have delicious dried herbs.
You know what I do?
Can't even imagine.
Bake
what do you
them on a cookie sheet.
do? Do you really?
Yeah, I bake them on a cookie sheet.
But this is if you're if
In a
you have
real
ti- if-
hurry.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
have time constraints.
Yeah.
Would you like to share something with us?
What?
Maybe your recipe?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the recipe for this wonderful soup. I've just
Okay.
added in the
Basil?
So if
Great.
you want to grab a pen, I'll give you the recipe for the minestrone soup. This is
Perfect.
what you require. You need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 4 plum tomatoes, 1 onion chopped, 3 cloves of garlic, 4 large carrots, 1 cup of chopped cauliflower, half a pound of cubed ham, 1 sliced leek, 1 large can of crushed tomatoes, 2 cups of vegetable stock, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, 1 bay leaf, half a teaspoon of dry basil, half a teaspoon of dry rosemary, and half a teaspoon of dry oregano.
That sounds delicious.
But I'm going to use, as I told you, the fresh basil today.
Good. So in goes yours, 2 tomatoes.
Right.
Whoa. That looks great. I have a bit of spare time, that's why I'm hanging around. You don't mind, do you?
No,
No,
no.
not a problem.
I certainly don't. What are you doing?
I'm just watching my meatballs, and then I'm going to start on my sauce any moment
They
now.
smell wonderful.
They do, don't they?
Yes.
I love meatballs. Don't you?
I do.
Yeah. And great with pasta, too. Okay. A little bit of a soft shoe there. Now, Kenny.
Yes. Bit of salt and pepper.
Okay.
I'm trying to concentrate.
Okay, sorry. Do you want me to put that in?
There we go. Here's my herbs. I knew they were there. There we go.
What have you got there? Pass them to me, and I'll put them in for you.
Okay, I've put in the basil already.
Okay,
I
so we
used the
don't need
fresh.
that.
Here's some oregano,
Thank you. Some oregano.
some rosemary,
Perfect.
and guess bay leaf.
Leaf to bay.
Yes. And I've got to chop up the tomatoes.
Great.
So I'll just chop up those. In that goes, and guess what I'm going to do after that?
Can't even imagine.
Viewer mail.
Viewer mail. Okay, so you're on top of it.
Yeah.
I've got some fresh basil in my recipe for my sauce, so I'm going to chop some of that up. And I see that I've got some sage too, so I'll chop up some of that as well for our sauce. So it'll be very herby and spicy and delicious, don't you think?
It will.
Yeah.
And then, oh God, you know what? I have to get on something else too.
The bread. I'm going to help you with the bread.
Oh, you are going to help me?
Yeah, don't you think I should?
Yeah.
I'm going to help
Okay.
you with the bread, okay?
Because I have a little tip about the garlic bread.
Do you?
Yeah.
The only tip I know about garlic bread is that you should slice it lengthwise.
That was my tip. It was a time-saving
Your little
tip.
feet jumped up the ground. I heard them land.
I can't believe you stole that.
Sorry.
Oh, dear.
I didn't know. How could I possibly know that was your tip?
You heard me talking to somebody about it.
No, I didn't.
Being the secret agent you are.
I didn't know.
You did.
Get a grip. Okay, I didn't hear it anywhere.
Yes.
But is there anything I can do for you?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. My meatballs are almost done.
Okay, in go my tomatoes.
Okay. I'm going to take out the meatballs.
Quite frankly, I think I'm going to have to make 2 trips here. No. I'm going to make 1.
Behind
Oh.
or in front?
Front,
Okay,
please.
in front.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
There we go. We've added the tomatoes. Look at that. That almost looks like a stew, doesn't it?
It looks delicious.
So that's
Kenny.
why we don't want to add any pasta.
You don't.
And you're having pasta anyways.
Yeah, I mentioned that
You
a bit
mentioned
earlier.
that, yes.
We're doing the same show,
But you
aren't
could
we?
add some rice
Yeah.
if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a full agenda.
Do you want me
Right
to
now.
stir your pasta here?
No, no, that's okay. I just stirred it. Thank you very much, though.
There we go.
There are the meatballs, beautifully brown, and I'm going to start on my, a little side there. Start on my sauce. Put in my onions and my garlic, and we're off to the races.
Okay.
Okay.
And we have a letter from Valerie Bagg, who says, Dear Mary Jo and Ken, I really enjoy your show. I watch it every day. What I really like is your recipe ingredients I've heard of, and I can get these ingredients at my local supermarket.
You love
well, that's
that.
the whole philosophy of the show.
It is.
A lot of recipes that come my way, I've never heard of some of the ingredients or spices. Oh, hate that.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
like that.
No, not at all.
And they are very hard to purchase, and also you use them once and never use them again. Don't like that.
No.
So she asks for some, and she asks about a cookbook, and it's out now. So thank you very much, Valerie Bagg, for the wonderful letter.
That's a lovely
Yes.
letter. Wow.
I banged my head over this letter.
Yeah, I know. Was it worth it?
Yes.
I'd say.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
on to my,
When does the ham go in at the end?
yes, at the
Okay.
very end, because it's cooked already.
Yeah. Well, I can see that.
Yeah.
Goes in at the end.
I'm
okay.
on to my garlic bread. And I have a tip for you today. If you cut this lengthwise, you save time rather than chopping it this way.
Did I not say that?
Well,
No, I know. You.
So, anyways, when we come back from the break, the
So
bread,
anyways.
we'll work on the bread. I've got my soup on. The meatballs are
Meatballs are
happening.
done. My pasta's going to be coming off. The sauce is simmering beautifully. It's going to be
Ooh.
great, isn't it?
Yes,
Ooh,
wonderful
shivers.
Italian meal.
Yeah. See you
Yes.
after the break.
Hello, and welcome back to What's for Dinner. I'm just doing the garlic butter on the bread, like that. And what that is a mixture of garlic, some chives, and some Parmesan cheese, and a little bit of pepper. And
So you're
in
just
the
gonna
oven it
throw that
goes.
in the oven?
That's right, at
Ooh.
350 for about 5 to 10 minutes.
That'll be delicious.
Will.
Very nice accompaniment with our meal. My sauce is complete. I've drained my pasta, my bow tie pasta. So we can serve this up. I'll lay down the pasta, and then I'll give you the ingredients that you're going to need for your sauce and your meatballs. Okay?
Sure.
So for the bow tie pasta with meatballs and tomato sauce, this is what you're going to need. You will need half a pound of lean ground beef, 1 small onion chopped, 4 cloves of garlic, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of paprika, 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs, 1 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon pepper, half a cup freshly chopped parsley, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 large can stewed tomatoes, half a cup of chopped fresh basil, 1/4 cup chopped fresh oregano, half a cup of red wine, 1 bay leaf, 2 cups of dry bow tie pasta, and 4 cups of water. And I just wanted to make a point. When I was chopping up my fresh herbs, Kenny, to put in my sauce, I said that one of the herbs was sage, and I was incorrect. It's oregano.
Okay.
Just wanted to clarify that.
That's
Okay.
good. That's
Yeah.
good. And I've added in my ham, my cubed ham. I'm going to stir that around before I serve it up.
Okey
And I'm
dokey.
going to scurry over to the fridge to
Scurry.
get my marinated mushrooms.
Oh, boy.
And look at that, Mary Jo.
Are
Look
they
at
a bit
them.
of a masterpiece?
They look beautiful.
Beautiful, Ken, with the parsley. Italian parsley.
Oh,
Oh, dear. What are you up to now?
nope. I'm going to have to use this one.
What are you up to? Oh, for your soup.
My soup.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay. Behind.
Behind.
I'm gonna.
And in goes the soup. Doesn't that look beautiful?
So colorful. Can smell the basil.
There we go.
It smells great.
Just put that there. And in goes the soup. There, look at that.
Ken.
Beautiful.
I'm going to take some fresh oregano and quickly chop this up to garnish our pasta.
Ooh, look at
Doesn't it look amazing? Just a quick recap here on what's for dinner: the beautiful pasta, the soup, the mushrooms. We've got the garlic bread in the oven, so we'll take that out soon. So keep watching.
The garlic bread.
No, we'll get that in a minute. We'll say
Okay.
goodbye now. Keep watching and keep writing, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, and welcome to What's for Dinner, where every day we cook a really delicious meal, and tonight it's a spicy one. I'm Mary Jo Eustace.
And I'm Ken Kostick, and it truly is a wonderful meal tonight. It's a Mexican feast.
Olé! It's a feast!
And I may even dance for you.
Can't wait for that third segment. Rumor has it. Me too. I'm going to join you.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm going to be doing a black bean soup with salsa, and I'm going to be doing an avocado and green salad, and maybe a few other things. I don't know. I'll see how I feel.
And I'm doing the main entree, which is wonderful. I made it a couple of weeks ago for company, and they raved about it.
It was a hit.
Yes, it was a theme party,
Repeat
Mexican
performance.
party.
Perfect.
It's the Mexican chicken. So if you want to grab a pan, I'll tell you what you require for the Mexican chicken. You need 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, 3 chicken breasts, 3 chicken legs, 3 tablespoons of chili powder. That's very important.
Very important.
1 large red onion, 4 cloves of garlic, 1 large red chopped pepper, 1 green pepper chopped, 1 yellow pepper chopped, 1 cup of mild to hot salsa, depending on your taste, 1 cup of red wine, 1 cup of mixed or stewed crushed tomatoes,
Surprise.
1 cup of red kidney beans, 4 chopped jalapeno peppers, or half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and 2 bay leaves. Now that seems like a lot.
But it's not,
It's not.
is it?
No, it's just, what it is just combining all of these spices and herbs together.
I cannot wait. Mexican is my favorite.
It is?
Oh, I love Mexican food. It makes me feel totally wacky. I'm just warning you.
Uh-oh.
Anything could happen.
Anything can happen today. I better watch out. We better get started.
We don't have a lot of time to be chatty
No.
Cathys today, do we?
No, we have a Mexican feast to
To
prepare.
prepare.
So,
Very excited, Kenny.
now,
Yes, dear. Okay.
burners.
Okay, should I assign them right off the
I
top?
think you should. I don't want to get in any trouble here.
Okay, Kenny?
Yes.
Because I'm feeling very, friendly today.
Uh-huh.
You get this burner. You get the good burner.
Thank you.
I'm turning that on for you, and I'm taking the wee burner for
Now,
my soup.
that is very special of
Yeah.
you to allow me the big burner.
Because you're making quite a feast there,
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is saute my chicken in a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm not going to remove the skin. And this is a good recipe to use chicken pieces,
Very
like
good idea.
thighs and legs and breasts. And you can buy those in party packs.
Party packs.
Yeah.
Hence the name. And appropriate to our meal today, Mexican party, don't you think?
It is.
We should have the neighbors over. What do you think?
Sure.
With all this party
Go
food.
next door.
Go next door?
I always have people over, and I never know how many people are going to show up because I forget who I've invited and who I haven't.
The mind goes.
The mind goes.
Well, when I was at your house for dinner, there was quite a few people.
Oh, yeah.
It was a crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We started off with 4, and it ended up 12 or something.
Yeah, but it was fun.
There we go.
A lot of fun. So you're going to brown your chicken. Now, are you going to remove your chicken? Or what are you going to do there?
Remove the skin, you mean?
No. When you put your chicken in a pan, are you going to
Yes.
cook it and then remove it and then do the rest of your ingredients?
That's right.
Thought so.
In another pot.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So we'll just salt and pepper this.
Just want to check.
And this is, as I said, a good recipe for chicken pieces. Or if you want to take a whole chicken and have it cut up
Feel
into
free.
pieces, that's a good thing to do.
It is a good thing to do.
Okay.
Now, could you use other things if you weren't going to use a chicken?
Yes.
Is there anything else
if you
would
wanted
suggest?
to make this a completely vegetarian meal, which a lot of our viewers are,
Yes.
and sometimes I cook that way,
Yeah.
is you can replace the chicken with chickpeas and navy beans.
Oh, I love navy
And
beans.
that will turn it into a completely vegetarian meal.
That would be
You know what
good.
I would do though?
No.
When I make something vegetarian, I add a little bit more spice, believe it or not.
Yeah?
I do.
Really?
Yeah,
How
just
come?
to give it a bit more flavor. Because what happens here is the juices from the meat really add a very nice flavor to the whole dish.
Exactly.
So I add a few more spices, like I make it a bit hotter, a bit spicier.
You're compensating.
And I might add something like a fresh herb like dill.
You're thinking ahead a little bit. Would
I
that
am.
be correct?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, now this is also another good point to make. If you're going to be having the beans in combination with a rice or a carbohydrate, that's a very complete meal, having your beans with pasta or rice,
Right.
and you will get your protein from that. So
You
that's
certainly
good
will.
to keep in mind if you are a vegetarian. Wouldn't you say?
That I would say that's a good tip, Mary Jo.
Thank you very. I need that support.
Yes.
I really do.
When was the last time you were in Mexico?
When's the last time you were in Mexico? You've never been.
I've been
Have
lots
you
of
been?
times. Yes.
I was there a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it there, don't you? Margaritas?
I love Mexico. It's one of my favorite countries.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yes.
And the food is wonderful.
That's where I went. Remember, I told you my little story about what is that?
Scuba
snorkeling.
diving with the mask.
With the mask.
What's that thing you do with a mask?
And I don't mean a facial mask.
And I'm glad you said with water because I really wasn't sure what you were talking about.
That's
there.
right.
That's where you went scuba. But didn't
Yes.
you get attacked by a shark?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
scary stuff.
Very
Ken.
scary for me.
Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Big bite out of your little hairdo there. Not good. I swam into a shark once.
Attracts a lot of sharks.
I swam into a shark once.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a lemon shark though. It was about 3 or 4 feet. And
I've
I
never
swam
heard-
right into it.
I've never heard of a lemon shark.
Really? Yes, I did. I swam into one.
Are you pulling my leg?
I'm not pulling your little leg. Okay, here we go. I've got my onions and my garlic happening. I love black beans. Don't you?
I love. Yeah, and I love this soup.
Yeah, with the salsa. Now, we're using a packaged salsa. Today, we didn't make homemade, but homemade salsa is very easy to make. I made some at Christmas, actually, and canned it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Or you jarred it?
Jarred it.
Jarred it.
I jarred it.
Yeah.
And, of course, salsa is Italian for sauce.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that? Of
I
course
didn't
you
know.
did.
You know what? I didn't. Somehow I thought it was a Spanish word.
Spanish for sauce.
Yeah.
We might have to check our sources.
Gee,
What do you think?
we'll get letters about that.
Yeah. But one day we should make a homemade salsa because it's delicious and you really can use leftover vegetables and I put beer in my salsa.
You can put carrots in.
Corn,
Yeah.
beans,
Excuse me.
sorry, coriander, etc.
There we go.
Okay.
So what we want to do here is we want to slightly brown our chicken. Just start it to cook. And I add my some of my chili powder now, just to give the chicken a nice red color.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
And if you were a bit shy of using really spicy spices, could you use some paprika here?
You
as
could.
a nice coloring agent?
Yeah. But you know, the chili powder is not overly hot. It's a combination of spices, and it's not overly hot. So I wouldn't worry too much about
I
it.
guess it depends how much you use.
Look at that, Mary Jo.
That looks spicy.
Yes.
That looks really spicy. Excuse me?
Yep.
Oh dear. It's a 2-burner.
2-burner day.
2-burner day. It might be a 3-burner.
We're not using any appliances today, are we?
No, we're not.
Thank
Today
God.
would not.
On
be a
Mexican
good
Day, I don't think we can handle it.
Too much to focus on.
No.
No. Oh, look at I have 2 spoons.
See?
There's one for you.
See, so for sure, no appliances.
And I want to show our viewers what we made up. This is very exciting. We made up some delicious guacamole. Doesn't that look good? And I might put some on my soup. And if you'd like to garnish your dish with some, you can.
Okay.
Would you like
Yeah,
that?
I would like that.
Just
yeah.
avocado and some onions and lemon juice. It's delicious. Okay. Gonna put my beans in, Ken.
I could have, or?
No, I'm putting my
Oh,
own
okay.
beans in. I'm responsible for my own beans. There we go. Get those happening. Smells delicious already.
It does,
And
doesn't
we
it?
just started. So when we get back from the break, I'm going to finish off my soup. Ken's going to get on his spicy
I'm getting
chicken
on my
dish.
chicken. Yeah.
And I think we have a few more surprises, don't we?
For sure.
Yeah. See you in a
See you in a
minute.
minute. Hola, amigo. We're back.
Good one.
You like that?
You remembered.
Yes.
Hola, amigo.
And
Good,
I've
Kenny.
just browned our chicken.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put the chicken now in the casserole dish that's going in the oven.
Olay.
Olay.
Yeah,
Oh, I can't wait to the end.
I know. The 2-step.
And I'm going to saute our vegetables and start our sauce in the saute pan.
Kenny, it sounds magnificent. You've really gotten into character for this dish.
I have.
Behind. I'm just going to put the stock into my soup and get this going. Ooh, my spicy bean soup. And I've got my sauce over there, which I'll add any moment now. But if you want to pick up that pan, I'll give you the ingredients that you're going to need for this spicy black bean soup. You will need 2 cloves of garlic, 2 onions, 5 cups of vegetable stock, 1/4 cup chopped dill, 1 teaspoon chili powder, 2 cups of black beans, 1 cup mild to hot salsa, depending on how you like it, 1/2 cup low-fat sour cream, and that's to garnish, 1 bay leaf, and S&P to taste. Doesn't that sound yummy?
That's what was painless.
Very painless. Now, do you have a little Mexican story that you'd like to tell us?
I do.
Tell us.
I do. And when I tell you this story, you're going to say it did not happen, but it really. I have witnesses to prove it happened.
Okay.
You know when you go to a Mexican resort, you have these theme nights.
Right.
Well, it was Mexican night.
Right.
Okay. And they had these Mexican dancers on, and they asked people to come up, and of course they chose me.
They picked on you.
Yes. Now I had one too many little
Tequilas.
and the girl that was spinning me around, she just kind of spun me around like in circles like this, and I went flying into the swimming pool.
Oh, dear.
And all you could hear is the little man giggling underwater.
Really? Did the wig come off?
Yeah, it floated to the top.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
Wish I had been there for that one.
Needless to say, my friends were very embarrassed. Yeah, and they won't let me in Mexico again.
Sounds like you had good fun, though.
Oh, I had fun.
Of
It was
course.
great.
You know how to have fun,
I
amigo.
do. I
Don't
do.
you?
I do.
Okay, I'm going to put my salsa over here to remind myself to do it.
Do you believe that story?
I do believe that
It's true.
story. I believe. I do, definitely.
That's true. It's true.
I know. Now, I'm going to start on my avocado and green salad, which I've got over here. But you know what else I thought I was going to do, Kenny? Because I'm thinking ahead. Remember we gave a tip a little while ago that lemon, cucumber, and yogurt are a very nice combination with spicy food. It helps soothe the spice. I'm going to make a little dish. So we'll have a nice combatant for our spicy food.
And help the digestive
Exact-
system. That was a digestive system.
You're thinking about Mexico and those
I
wild
was.
nights, aren't you?
Tequila.
Oh, my. Tequila.
They did fish me out of the pool, though, eventually.
They left you in for a while,
They
though.
sent me a life raft or something.
And you lived to tell.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I laughed through the whole thing.
You laughed your head off.
Yeah. The hotel was not humored.
Threw you out the next day. See you later?
Close to it.
Yeah.
Okay, I've added in my peppers, the onion, and the garlic, and I'm going to saute this till it's about translucent. And then we're going to add in the rest of the spices.
Oh, boy.
And what we're doing here is we're sauteing in the same pan we did the chicken and getting all of the chicken drippings at the bottom.
Good
you can see
idea.
that. And some of the spices that were in there. I've preheated the oven at 350, and we're going to bake this for about 15 to 20 minutes.
I cannot wait for
Oh,
this
you're going to
dish.
love this.
Now, with my salad, Kenny, I thought that I would do a lime and olive oil and roasted garlic and a little yogurt dressing. What do you think?
Oh, I think that's
Does
wonderful.
that sound good?
Yeah.
Will that get you to dance again?
Yeah, it certainly
I think
will.
it will. Can't
Okay.
wait for that.
In goes the red wine.
Okay.
Here we are, because we've got the onion and the garlic and the peppers perfect. So in goes the red wine.
Little deglazing of his pan.
That's
now, just
right.
a bit about beans, because we're using a lot of beans today.
Yes.
Lots of beans. And a tip about beans is you can refrigerate them for up to 5 days in your fridge to use for soups and stews, but after that, get rid of the beans.
Yes.
After 5 days, not pretty.
You know what I love is
No.
I love bean salad.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yes, you do. I can attest
With a
to that.
vinaigrette. It's wonderful. Added in my chili powder.
Okay.
There we go. The cayenne pepper. Now today we're using cayenne pepper because when I went to the market or to the supermarket to find jalapeno peppers, they didn't look that great, so
You made an executive
I made a
choice.
decision to use cayenne pepper.
Hola, amigo.
Hola, amigo.
Okay, I'm going to
I
scurry
really like
over.
that. I
You're
like that.
jumping up and down. It's
And I'm going to allow the red wine to reduce slightly before I add the other mixtures.
That sounds really good.
I think little
Will you
Kenny.
dance for me? Will you dance
little
for me
Kenny
later?
was to do the.
Do you want the letter?
What do you think?
Take it. Just as long as you stop, take it. It's yours. Do it.
Dear Mary Jo and Ken,
And Kenny.
I've been watching What's for Dinner.
Since it's Inception. It's Inception. That's the
Inception.
beginning.
Yes,
Yeah.
and can tell that you have a lot of fun and enjoy working together. I had never cared about cooking in the past and still don't. No, she didn't say that.
Okay.
I have never cared about cooking in the past, but you have made it seem so easy and quick that I have been, what's that word? Converted.
Converted.
Yes. So keep up the good work. Sincerely, Peggy Singh.
Very nice.
Isn't that nice?
Now you're going to have to put that back in the fridge because you took that letter from me. So
I'm
you
gonna-
scurry
I'm
her
gonna
over.
run over.
Yes, good boy. We're going to add our avocado, and I'm going to put a bit of lemon juice on the avocado so it doesn't brown in our salad.
I'm going to practice my Mexican dancing.
Really? What do you feel your strength as a Mexican dancer is?
Certainly not spinning.
The hat dance? Do you do the
Yeah.
hat dance?
Oh, yeah, I did the hat dance. You know what? I think that's why they got so upset, now to think about it.
Yeah.
Because I had a little hat on.
And you wrecked the hat.
I wrecked the hat.
Have you ever done the dance of the 7 veils?
No. No, I think that, no, I've never done that one.
Because I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ooh. Hold me
Can
back,
you
Mary
imagine
Jo.
that? That'll put you off your lunch, as you like to say.
Yeah, that would really. No.
He's kidding.
I am kidding you.
Yeah, he would
Okay,
be.
I've added in my salsa.
Yeah.
And today, as Mary Jo said, we're using a commercial salsa. Please read the label, though, of the ingredients label to make sure that you try and buy a salsa that's very natural, doesn't have a lot of chemicals or a lot of salt in it, because
Right.
that's certainly not going to add to the health benefit of your meal.
And there's so many different brands in the market. I mean, you can get salsas with no preservatives whatsoever.
right.
You can get low-fat salsa. So look around
Right.
and see what your preference is. Now, just a bit of a tip about avocados. If you get an avocado and it's not ripe and you want to use it the next day, what you can do is put it in a paper bag and leave it out of your fridge, and it'll ripen overnight. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't know. I'm adding in my brown sugar,
Okay,
bringing this to a boil.
you certainly are.
The black beans, cleaning up as I go along.
Like to hear that. Now I've got my yogurt and I've got my lime and my roasted garlic, and that's going to be our dressing. Isn't that going to be
Ooh.
yummy?
Now
That's gonna be good.
the reason I've added brown sugar to this recipe, there is a reason.
To make it sweeter?
Well, to balance off the hot taste of the cayenne pepper or the jalapeno peppers. So you want to have, you know, a little bit of a sweet texture.
Right on.
So there we go.
Can your dish, Hola
Looks-
Amigo, looks amazing.
Hola Amigo.
I can't wait to try that spicy
I'm going
combo
to
that
put
Ken's
this
working on.
in the chicken, and it's going in the oven.
At what's the temperature, sir?
350 for about 15 minutes.
So when we get back from the break, we're going to put all this together, and this looks delicious. So stay
Hola.
tuned, because there's lots of good stuff coming up. Behind. I'm talking to you. Hi, and welcome back to What's for Dinner. I'm just pureeing my black bean soup, and it turned out really magnificently and very spicy, and I can smell the cayenne pepper and the whole shebanger.
I
Doesn't that
can
look
too,
good?
yes.
And I can smell your chicken, too, in the oven.
And you didn't say ole.
Hola, amigo,
Oh.
and welcome back to What's for Dinner. Hola. What are you doing?
I'm chopping up some cucumber for you.
Yes.
That you're going to use as a garnish.
Yes, I am.
And I'm going to chop up a little lime for you.
Really?
And
You're
I'm
working
going
overtime.
to. Yes, we put the chicken in the oven, and if you want to grab a pan, I'll tell you what you require for the Mexican chicken. You need
Well, what you need is
3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, 3 chicken breasts, 3 chicken legs, 3 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 large red onion, 4 cloves of garlic, 1 large red pepper chopped, 1 green pepper chopped, and 1 yellow pepper
Good,
chopped.
we got that far.
1 cup of mild to hot salsa, we used hot today,
Spicy.
and 1 cup of red wine, 1 cup of mixed crushed stewed tomatoes, 1 cup of red kidney beans, 4 chopped jalapeno peppers or half a teaspoon of cayenne, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and 2 bay leaves.
Can't wait to see the
So
chicken.
we're going over to get the chicken.
Can't wait, Kenny.
This is one of my, you're going to love this, Mary Jo.
No. I'm very excited.
There we go, look at that. Whoops.
Oh, oops, don't like to hear that. Oh, he's already dancing. I'll
Look
shut
at
the
that.
oven for you. Oh,
Doesn't
Ken,
that look magnificent?
that looks wonderful.
Yes.
What I've got right here
This-
is I've got the dressing for the salad, a little olive oil and yogurt and crushed garlic and balsamic vinegar. We'll put that on. Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
You.
And I've got some chopped coriander, and I'll sprinkle that on top. And I'll sprinkle that on top of my soup. And I added a little sour cream, and I'm going to add a little salsa. Kenny,
Oh.
what do you think, my friend?
Ooh.
Does that look good or what?
That looks wonderful.
Should we do
go.
a little recap? Because we
Yes.
love to do that. You
take it away today.
Amigo.
Amigo.
Thank you very much. We've got the spicy Mexican chicken, the black bean soup, the delicious salad, our accoutrement salsa chips. We are ready.
Ready. For
Here
our
on What's for
Mexican
Dinner.
dance.
Exactly. So keep writing and keep watching, and see you
See you
next
soon.
time.
Bye-bye.
What's for dinner? Let's take a look. What's for dinner? No time to cook. What's for dinner? What's for dinner? What's for dinner? A busy day. What's for dinner? It's time to play. What's for dinner? A friendly kitchen is all you need. It's quick and easy. Just wait and see. What's for dinner?
Hello, and welcome to What's for Dinner, the cooking show that promises to bring you dinner in about half an hour. I'm Ken Kostick.
Hello, I'm Mary Jo Eustace, and Ken's right. We're going to make an absolutely wonderful, eclectic, diverse, delicious meal tonight, aren't we, sir?
We certainly are.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yep. I'm going to be doing a soup,
Yes?
and I'm going to make the stock here for you.
Oh, dear.
So you can see how we do a soup stock.
Soup
And
stock.
I'm also doing a fennel and radicchio salad.
Oh, that'll be delicious.
And the star vegetarian entree
Goes to
is
Mary
going to...
Jo, Eustace
Yes.
Caustic. I'm going to
No.
be making a stir-fry tofu with a spicy basil sauce. So if you want to pick up that pin, I'll give you the ingredients that you're going to need for this delicious dish. You will need 2 teaspoons of paprika, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 brick of firm tofu, 1 tablespoon vegetable oil, 4 cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon freshly chopped ginger, half a cup of fennel, interesting, 1 cup shredded purple cabbage, half a cup shredded carrot, 1 can stewed tomatoes, half a cup of shredded sweet basil, 1 bunch green onions, 1 teaspoon chopped jalapeno or hot peppers, 1/4 cup soy sauce, and 1 teaspoon balsamic vinegar.
It's a lot of chopping.
Yeah, but it's going to be really delicious and easy and simple, isn't it?
And most
Nutritious.
importantly, healthy.
Yeah, exactly. So
So-
what I'm going to do first, I'm doing something a bit different today. I'm going to be taking my tofu, and I'm going to put a little cayenne pepper and paprika. Oh,
Oh, I'm
whoa,
sorry.
watch the knee.
Sorry.
No, we talked about this, okay?
But I...
We talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my burner for my stir fry, and this is for your soup stock.
I can't use this burner?
Peanuts or pretzels or chips? No.
No.
This burner. Sorry, I had to step in there because we talked about
And
this.
put your foot down.
My foot down, exactly. Lost my train of thought there.
You were talking tofu.
It's making me very nervous. I've got my tofu and my paprika and cayenne pepper, and I'm going to take some soy sauce, and I'm going to bake the tofu at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to add it in at the later parts of our stir fry. Does that sound good?
Yes. To do a vegetable soup stock, I mean, soup stocks are very easy to make, but if you want to do a vegetable soup stock, take all the vegetables you have left over in your fridge and cut them up. You don't even have to peel them. Things like onions, we're going to throw in the skin, the whole works.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Really
and
easy.
then what you do is let it simmer for a while, probably about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then strain the stock.
Right.
And we're going to add in the rest of the vegetables.
And you use 1.5 times the amount of vegetables to liquid when you're doing a vegetable stock.
That's right.
And you actually don't want to cook it for very long because the flavors will cook out very quickly, unlike meat, you know, if you're doing a chicken stock with bones and so forth. Right, Ken?
That's right.
So that's pretty much all we have to say about stock.
No, there's going to be a lot more coming your way.
Really?
We're talking stock today.
The whole show? Now I'm just going to march over here. I'm marching. And I'm going to get a bowl to mix my tofu. Did you know that tofu is also known as bean curd or soya curd?
I did know that because I eat a lot of tofu.
And a very nice substitution for this dish, if you didn't want to use a tofu, you could, remember we said tufo all the time last year?
You did.
You did.
No.
If you don't want to use the tofu, you could replace it with cubed chicken or a thinly sliced flank steak would be really nice.
That would be a good substitution.
Don't you think?
Yes.
I think it'd be delicious.
You know, my neighbor,
Jill hates tofu.
hates tofu. See, I did it.
That's so surprising.
I did
Don't
it.
you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she always says you can't make a good meal out of tofu, but I've proven her different.
Yeah, you've proved her wrong a few
Yeah.
times. That's what you were telling me.
That's right.
So we're going to bake our tofu tonight, but you could put it in the stir fry, but this will give it a nice crispy flavor. Don't
And you know,
think?
tofu takes on the flavor of whatever you marinate or cook the dish in.
The tofu in.
That's right.
Exactly.
So what I do sometimes is I take firm tofu
Yes.
and I cut it into strips and I bake it with some soya sauce or tamari, garlic, a little bit of honey. I let it cool and then I stir fry it.
That's kind of what we're doing today.
Except we're not using
Honey.
Honey.
Or garlic.
Garlic.
Are we in the same show? What do you think I'm doing with this stuff?
Well, I just wanted to
You
give
wanted-
the viewer another variation.
Okay, so I'm going to put this in the oven, 350 degrees, like I said, for about 10 minutes or so. And then we'll put that in our stir fry at the end. So I'm marching over, get my baking dish, and we'll get this in
And I'm doing my soup stock.
You're doing a soup stock.
Yes.
Aren't you?
Guess what? I'm
What?
doing a soup stock.
You're doing a soup stock. And he's left the skin on some of his onions.
Yes.
Great. Now, what kind of soup are you making?
A vegetable soup.
Right.
A clear vegetable soup. with
Right.
Vegetables in it. Isn't that funny?
Whoa. In she goes.
Okay.
And I'll pull that out in about 10 minutes or so, and I'm going to get on to chopping my vegetables. So I dare say I'm going to clean up a little bit.
And you can leave the skins on the garlic if you want to, but we didn't here. I've
Is he
added
still
in some
talking
sweet
about
basil.
stock? Oh
We're
my
talking stock. I've added some
You
sweet
should get
basil.
your own talk show. Talk stock.
Talk stock.
With all sorts of
Talk stock
celebrities.
with Ken.
Okay, what was I going to say? I was going to say that you can, if you're doing a stir fry, it might be a good idea to parboil a lot of your vegetables if you want to save on cooking time, like the harder vegetables, like the potato or the squash. You can parboil them and save on time because.
Excuse me.
Oh my goodness! In front. Okay, enough. There. Okay? You're making me very nervous today. All right. Can't even remember what I was going to be saying, but
Soup stock.
I'm going to start chopping up the vegetables for my stir fry. We've got some lovely purple cabbage today, some green onions, carrots, and some fennel. I might throw in a pepper.
Fennel. That's a change,
Ah,
isn't it?
that's a change. Okay?
Okay, there we go. Behind.
Behind.
Now,
Yes.
I've added in all of the herbs, and we're using dried herbs today. I've added in the basil and some oregano and I'm going to add in some salt and pepper.
Now, I think I said earlier
2
about
bay
the
leaves.
substitution for my dish. I wasn't exactly sure if I said this, but I think I did, that you could replace the tofu with cubed chicken or thinly sliced flank steak. Did
I
say
was
that?
here.
Yeah, did I say
I was
it?
here, and you did say that.
Couldn't remember. Thought I did. The mind goes, Ken. It just goes. The taller you are. Yes.
We won't talk height.
No.
Okay. So I've added in about half a teaspoon of black pepper and about half a teaspoon of salt. The salt content is entirely up to you, especially if you're on a low sodium diet. Right?
And it's also good not to oversalt your stocks because remember you're going to be reducing them and the flavor will concentrate. So it's good to season near the end. Even though
Right.
salt at the beginning does bring out the flavor of the vegetables.
Now,
Isn't it?
while I'm doing the soup stock, while the soup stock is starting to boil, we're going to bring it to a boil, reduce it to a simmer, and allow it to simmer for a while. I'm going to prepare the actual vegetables that are going to go into the stock once it's cooked.
Now that's exciting.
That is exciting.
Very exciting.
Yes.
Now, before we go to the break, I have another trivia question
no.
for little Kenny here.
Do we have to do these
You
trivia?
love the trivia questions, don't you?
Well, I used to,
No, this is a
thinking
very...
that I would,
Get one or two.
but have I got any?
No. This is a very, very easy one.
Okay.
What did Clarence Birdseye introduce in 1930? You know this one.
I
You-
do?
Yeah, you do.
So you're setting up the viewers to think that this guy's a dummy.
No, I'm not, but I know that you know this one. If
Okay.
you think,
If I think.
that you might access it during the break.
Okay, I
So-
certainly will.
so-
I'll give it some thought.
When we get back, we're going to talk stock. I know we're going to talk stock, and I'm going to start my stir fry. So see you in a minute. Hi, and welcome back to What's for Dinner. I'm just finishing chopping up my vegetables, my cabbage and my garlic, and I've got my tofu baking in the oven, and it's going to be ready in a few moments. So I'm well on my way to getting my stir fry happening, and Ken Stock is doing fine, and he's chopping his vegetables for his soup.
Actually, I'm going to check my stock.
It looks great. I'll give it a stir. Fine.
Okay.
Fine now. Looks great. Now, what do you want to next?
I'm on to the vegetables that are going to go into the stock once it's done.
You mean
Into
your
my,
soup?
In my cilantro soup. Yep.
Right. Can't wait for that.
And I'm going. After I do that, I'll start my salad. And I've decided today to add some
dried fruit.
dried fruit.
You're going to add some apricots and some
Yeah.
dried cranberries.
Yes, I looked in the cupboard, and that's what we had.
That's what you had in your dried fruit department. So that's a fennel and radicchio salad. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Oh, I've got a little fennel in my dish. Surprise,
I love
surprise.
fennel. I really.
What's your favorite vegetable?
It is one of my favorite. I grill it.
What's your favorite fruit?
My favorite fruit is bananas.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was
Yeah.
mango. I thought you told me mango.
No, bananas.
Really? I also had a couple of peppers lying around, yellow and a red pepper, and I thought, why not throw it into my stir fry?
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
This way, you get to use all the vegetables you have in your
Kitchen.
fridge. Yeah.
Okay.
Check in stock.
How's the stock?
Oh, this another minute, and I'm going to strain this.
Okay.
Yes. There we
Great.
go.
And then that'll be a part of your soup.
It certainly
So
will.
that'll be the end of the stock talk, won't it?
You know, I think it's very important, though, that we show our viewers how to make a soup stock.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So that they don't always have to buy a commercial stock.
Right. But I think it was very straightforward what you did there.
Yeah.
Onion, water, bay leaf. Okay? We talked
Onion,
about
water,
it now for
bay
6 shows. All righty? All righty, man.
Yes.
Did you hear me? Okie dokie. Now, I have a bit of a tip because we're using tofu today in our dish. Tofu can turn very quickly, so make sure that when you store it in your fridge at home, you store it in water. So
Good
it
idea.
doesn't go bad. Yeah, you don't want it going bad.
Now, we forgot to do something.
I can't even imagine what we would forget to do.
Trivia.
Okay.
You know why? I reminded you, because I think I have it this time.
Ken,
I do have it this time.
what did Clarence Birdseye introduce in 1930?
Commercial bird seed. Right?
No. Birdseye frozen vegetables?
Oh.
Have you been living on another planet?
Oh.
Commercial bird seed.
See, I just thought, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see. That could throw you for a loop.
So how many have I
Dear,
gotten?
it's a cooking show.
How many have I gotten so far?
That would be 0. Birdseed
No,
and a
didn't I
cooking.
get some at the beginning? The Elvis one I got?
No, dear, no. Did you get Elvis?
I got, yes.
You got
There was
Elvis.
a question about Elvis.
And you got that.
And it wasn't a sighting.
No.
No.
Even though you said you saw him in your local food store the other day.
Yeah, and I have friends who've seen him.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too. I'm going to get on my stir fry. Enough of this chit chat. I got things to do.
You certainly do.
Places to go.
And I'm going to strain, guess what?
Your stock?
I'm going to strain
You
my
scurry
stock.
over there to the sink.
Oh, where are you going?
I'm going to get my my walkaroo.
Okay.
And I'll just slide this over, the stock. Slide it over. Go, go. Okay.
Look at this, Mary Jo. One more time. I just want you to look at my beautiful stock.
Ken?
Yes.
Enough now. To the sink and
To the
strain
sink.
it. It does look delicious. That's my rag. But you know, why don't you borrow it? Okay, be careful. Would you like gloves?
We do have. Just one sec.
All right, just one sec. Ken's over there straining his stock.
Now, if you wanted to,
Oh my
when you're
goodness.
straining this stock, you could take a potato masher, which I do sometimes, and I mash right through and allow more of the vegetable juices to go into the stock. But we won't do that today.
No, we don't have time to do that today. I'm just
Okay.
going to chop up my ginger for my stir fry, and I've already taken the skin off. And when you're cooking, when it calls for ginger, fresh ginger has got a very distinctive taste, a lot different than powder. So it's good if you can get the fresh ginger to use it in a stir fry. Don't you agree?
Yes.
You'd second that emotion?
Yes. I would not use it. I would not use the powdered as a replacement.
No. That's what I was getting at. Okay, you've got your stock. I see that. I'm just going to see
Behind.
if I've got some nice sesame oil, which I do. I'm going to put in my stir fry.
Mary Jo, look how rich and flavorful
Vinegar.
this looks.
I'm not looking. I've had it. No more. You're on your own with that.
Come and look at my stock. Look at my stock.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you have things to do. You've got
Okay.
a side dish to do. You've got to get on your soup. All right.
Am I talking soup too
You're
much?
talking too much soup.
You'd think that I was obsessed with my
You
soups.
are obsessed. Okay. We're doing. There we go. Together, getting our
Together.
vegetables. And there we go. I've got my cabbage in, my ginger. Ken's putting zucchini and carrots in his. Look at this teamwork.
There we go.
And here we go.
And that's part of being organized in the kitchen.
Now
It's
look
like
at-
synchronized swimming.
Yeah, without the nose plugs. Look at how colorful my stir fry is, Kenny.
Oh, it's
Compared to your
beautiful.
stock, I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. Look
Beautiful.
at all the colors and textures with the cabbage and the carrots. And I've got a jalapeno pepper that I'm going to put in because my friend Kenny likes things hot and spicy.
Yes.
That's what he tells me anyway.
Now, if you wanted to, you know how you could quicken the cooking time on this recipe?
no.
I'm going over.
In front.
Okay.
What?
And then I'm going to read the recipe once I give
Okay.
this tip. Is you can take these vegetables and put them in a food processor, but we're not touching an appliance today.
Okay, right. And how does that quicken the cooking time?
Well, just chopping them up
Oh,
so you
I
don't
see.
have to
Okay.
spend so
I wasn't
much time
sure where you were
chopping.
going with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to grab a pan, I'll tell you what you require for the clear vegetable soup with cilantro.
Finally.
The soup stock requires 1 large onion, 2 cloves of garlic, 4 carrots, 4 celery stalks, 3 tomatoes, 1 teaspoon of dry basil, half a teaspoon of dry oregano, 6 cups of water, 3 bay leaves, salt and pepper to taste. Now, the vegetables that we're adding to the soup stock, once it's done, 1 cup of chopped mushrooms, 2 shallots, half a cup of frozen peas, half a cup of frozen corn, 2 large carrots, 4 celery stalks, 1 zucchini cubed, 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, and 1 tablespoon of fresh parsley. There
See
we go.
what happens when you talk stock? See, you get to do the viewer
No,
mail.
that's
no,
mine.
No, because you talk stock for way too long.
Oh, see, she's punishing me now.
Punishing him a little bit. Anyway, we've got a lovely letter from Joy, and she writes to say what a delight it is to watch your show. And although she's 74 years old, she learns something new every time. That's very, very sweet.
What does she say about Ken here? She says, I really
Joy,
enjoyed...
when Ken mentions the fish.
Yes. Gill and dill.
Okay, do you feel better
They're
now?
two of my pets.
And she says, keep up the excellent programming, and we will. Joy, thank you very much for the letter. That's a lovely letter. Now you put that back on the fridge, because I got things to do over here. I've just added a 1/4 cup of my light soy sauce and a little balsamic vinegar, and I'm going to march over to that stove. What is going on here?
What?
I'm just going to get my tofu out of the oven. Oh my goodness gracious. And it's all nice and browned.
Oh, I like the little kick with the foot there.
There's my little
That
baby.
was
We'll
really-
just put that up.
Where's
there.
that going? Where's that going?
And we'll put in the tofu.